Hey everybody, Bruce Duffett, account manager here at Responsive. In today's video, I'll show you what I would do to take a first pass at a proposal using AI Draft. Now, in my world, I work with existing business. So frequently we'll get an RFP from an existing customer that is exploring a few different options out on the market, right? And for us, if we're coming up against a renewal deadline, time is really going to be of the essence. Our proposal team, like many proposal teams, is a very lean team. So oftentimes they're not going to have the bandwidth to go through everything soup to nuts in the proposal. What I'll do to take a first stab at it for them is I'll upload a project, just like the one that you're seeing before you right here, and I'll activate AI Draft in the upper right-hand corner. Now, I can choose particular sections. If I want to point the AI to a very specific part of the content library, I can lean into how things are organized already, tags, collections, custom fields. I can also tell it to be written in a particular way if I know I'm speaking to a particular audience. For example, I could tell this to be written in UK English, let's say. I'll generate answers. The system's going to take just a second to run here. I can minimize it as it runs, and I can continue to work in another area of Responsive if there's other work that I need to do. But if not, I can just hang out and let the answering agent do its thing. Now, it's still loading for us right now, but what we're starting to see is where it's pulling the information from. The preferred approach is going to be to pull exact matches if it can find them. That's what you're seeing with this book icon right here. If not, it's going to write based on relevant content, which is this sparkle icon that you're seeing. With any of these responses, we'll be able to see the audit trail of where it's pulling the answers from. It can pull from multiple responses. It can read through documents in addition to Q&A pairs. So if there is something buried on, page 5, paragraph 20 of some technical documentation, it'll be able to reference that. And you can connect outside sources as well if you want to connect it to your SharePoint or your Google Drive. Now, we can review within this pane if we want to. And if we like what we're seeing, we can start to apply things one by one. But my preferred approach is actually to apply everything at once. We can select all of the sections and apply them over to the project. The reason for that being is that we're also going to have an editing view once we apply it over to the project. So if I click into the answering pane, we can see that we can now edit directly within this pane. We can activate the AI assistant if we want to rewrite anything using AI. And we're still going to have that audit trail that we saw before, right? This silhouette of a light bulb, this indicates that it's written based on relevant content. So the second option, it didn't find an exact match, but it did find stuff that's relevant. And we can click through to see what it referenced. From here too, I can assign reviews at a section level. That's typically what I'll do. So I'll select all sections. I can manage users and then assign reviewers over to my team. I can also comment in anybody that I need to. So if I do have a specific question related to a particular question here, I could mention, say, my colleague Sriram and say, hey, can you please help? He'll receive an email notification and he'll be prompted to come in right to this in the project pane. Anyway, this is how I would take a first stab. As we can see, we took a first pass at this questionnaire. We answered 100% of the questions, really just in a couple of clicks.